Hello, I'm Suanna Jeter with Empowering Life with Suanna. Today I am going to lead you through a nice little spring yoga practice that's beneficial for the spring. You will want either a yoga blanket or a towel, or maybe even two towels if your towels are small. A large beach towel would be fine, or two small beach towels, or a bath mat, not a bath mat, a bath sheet. We are going to start lying on our backs this morning using our yoga blanket or towels if you are at home. So if you are at home and all you have is a towel, here's what you're going to do is you're going to take your towel and you're going to fold end to end, and then you will fold end to end again, and you're going to find the open ends and you're going to roll them to the inside. So you're going to have kind of a long roll here. And this is not a very thick towel. You're going to tuck it one end underneath it, and this is going to be your pillow. If you've got a big towel, that's great. You don't need a very large roll at all. You're going to start, and you're going to bring your buttocks right to the edge of the towel, and then lie down, and then rest your head. You may have to scoot down depending on how long your towel is. Rest your head just on the little part that you tucked under for a pillow. Your shoulders will be slightly up off of the ground. Bring your arms out to the side with your palms facing up, and let your feet just kind of rest, however feels good. Soften in and relax. Get yourself nice and comfortable. We're starting lying on our back this morning. We're opening up the chest area so that we can begin to take some deeper breaths. When you lie down on this roll, you should have noticed that you may have felt your ribs open up just a little bit, bringing a little more space in here so that you can take deeper breaths. Now, begin to inhale and exhale through your nose if that's available to you this morning. At the time of shooting this video, it is spring, so it is a time of allergies. So if you are struggling with inhaling and exhaling through your nose, just gently purse your lips as if you're going to blow out a candle, or you're going to give someone a gentle little kiss on the cheek. And you can inhale and exhale through that little opening in your mouth. So again, if it's available, begin inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Just regular, easy breath. Not trying to control your breath at all. Just letting it come and go naturally. As you inhale, feel the belly rise. Imagine it lifting up. Feel it lift up. As you exhale, the belly falls. Inhale, belly rises. Feel the opening of the ribs. Exhale, belly falls. We're going to begin to extend the inhalations and exhalations and take some deeper breaths. So let's exhale the breath all the way out. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Now pause it at the top for just a moment. And exhale, 2, 3, and 4. Pause it at the bottom. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, belly rises, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, belly falls. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more here. Inhale deeply, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm now. While you're doing that, bend your knees. And then you've got a couple of options here. You can roll over to one side or the other and roll off of that roll. And then move it out of your way. We will use it again later on in the class. Press yourself up and let's move to our tabletop position. So if you have knee issues, you can go ahead and use your towel or your blanket to put under your knees for a cushion. Finding yourself into tabletop, making sure the hips are over the knees and the shoulders are over the wrists. Fingertips are splayed out nice and wide. Let's cat-cow this morning. Inhale, gently lift the head up, the belly drops. Roll the shoulders back for cow. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, arch the back, press the floor away from you for cat. Inhale, cow, head up, tail up, belly drops. Exhale, cat, tuck the chin, arch the back. And begin to use your breath, not mine. Inhale, cow, exhale, cat. Your breath may be slower or faster than mine. We're just warming up the spine this morning. Last one, let's find ourselves back into tabletop position. And now we're going to move into a child's pose for a moment. So a wide leg child's pose. So getting the big toes together, let's widen those knees out. They don't have to go as wide as the mat, but as wide as you'd like. Press the hips back towards the heels. And again, they don't have to touch the heels. If you need something underneath your thighs, like the blanket or a towel to make that feel better, you can definitely do so. Dropping the forehead towards the mat. If you can touch the mat, great. If not, that's not a huge deal. Let's take a few breaths here this morning. Setting an intention for the day. It's nice and spring. Imagine what you're going to be bringing to life today. What do you want to bring back to life? How do you want to feel? What are you willing to do to feel that way? And now take a great big inhale. And as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. You can even go off the mat if you'd like. If it's available, place that left hand on that right hand on top. Feeling the great big side body stretch over here on the left. Continue to breathe. Please do not hold your breath. Inhale back to the center. Exhale those hands over to the left. Again, you can bring the hand off of the mat if that's available to you. You can bring that right hand on top of the left, feeling the big stretch on the right side of the body this time. Continuing to breathe, please do not hold your breath. Inhale back to the center, and exhale, bring those hands underneath the shoulders and press yourself up. Bring those knees back together. Now bringing your hands out in front of you and making sure you're pressing the knuckles of the palms into the mat and the fingertips are spread nice and wide. We're moving into our first down dog in the morning. So curl the toes, press the hips up to the ceiling. Drop the head between the arms. Take a big inhale. Exhale, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Bending those knees if you need to. You can begin to pedal your dog. Walk the feet. Pressing the hips to the ceiling and the heels towards the floor. If you'd like, you can roll up to plank and back up to downward facing dog. You can wiggle the hips. Do what feels good to you this morning for a few breaths. Finding some stillness in your downward dog. And slowly walking yourself all the way up to your hands or the top of your mat. Exhale, fold, placing the hands firmly on the mat, bending those knees as much as you need to get those hands to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms, come all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Moving into a couple of sun salutations this morning. So finding yourself in a nice strong mountain pose. Mountain pose is traditionally having your feet about inner hip width to hip width apart, whichever feels most comfortable to you. If it's available, you want those second toes facing forward, but some of us need to have the toes turned out just slightly. It's perfectly fine. Now, I want you to lift those toes up and press the knuckles of the soles of the feet firmly into the floor. Shoulders are over the hips, hips are over the knees, knees are over the ankles. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. You're going to press the hips and thighs back. Nice straight spine. Hands to the floor. Inhale halfway up. Bring the hands to the shins. Exhale, reach the crown of the head forward, the buttocks back. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Now step that right, then that left leg back to plank. This first time, drop to your knees. Rotate the elbows in. Slowly lower yourself all the way to the mat. Now flip those toes to the tops of your feet or on the mat and bring your hands out right shoulder width or right past shoulder width. Inhale, head up, chest up, baby cobra. Hips are pressed into the mat. Exhale, back down. And let's do that again. Inhale, press yourself up, head up, chest up, Toes and hips are pressed into the mat. Exhale, lower. Now let's curl the toes. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press up to the knees. Then shift the hips to the ceiling to downward facing dog. Dropping the head between the arms. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now step, hop, or jump all the way up to the front of your mat or to your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, come all the way up. Arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Press the hips and thighs back. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. You can do knees, chest, chin again, or you can slowly lower full chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Couple of breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale. Exhale. Step, hop, or jump to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, shift the hips back. Utkatasana, awkward chair pose. Your arms are either up overhead, or if you've got tight shoulders, you can bring them out in front of you, making sure your knees are back. You do not want the knees over the toes, so make sure you can see the big toes. Press the hips back. And breathe. Inhale, back away. Exhale, sink in. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees as much as you need to get those hands to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, Utkatasana again. This time, arms in cactus arms. And breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bring the hands to the heart. Exhale, twist over to the right. Bring that left elbow to the right thigh. And look over to the right. And breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring that right elbow to the left knee. And breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, back to the center. And exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. You can drop to your knees and go all the way to the floor, or you can fully chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. We'll meet in down dog. And breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift that right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, let's step that right leg in between the hands. Drop that left knee. Turn those toes down. You can walk yourself all the way up, or you can inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink in. You should feel the stretch right here in your hip flexors. And breathe. You can walk this right foot out a little bit if you need more stability. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hands down. Curl the toes on that left foot and come up to your higher lunge. You're right here. You can walk your way up, or you can inhale, come all the way up, straighten that leg, and then exhale back to your high lunge. Bringing those arms out to the side. Take a big inhale, and then exhale. Flip the palms forward and twist over to the right. Sink in here and breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, open to the right or left. And breathe. Big balance here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, hands down. Step back to your plank. Move through your vinyasa. We will meet in down dog, knees, chest, chin. A full chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And down dog. Inhale, lift that left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, step that left leg through. Drop that right knee. Flip the toes down. You can walk up the leg, or inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sink in. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears for 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, curl the toes, press up to your lunge. And again, you can walk up the legs. Inhale, sweep all the way up, straighten that left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee, sink in. Bring the arms out to the side. Take a big inhale. Exhale, flip the palms forward, over to the left, twist. And breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to the center. Exhale over to the right. Big balance. Rotate that left knee out for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. Shift up, downward facing dog. And breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Now let's drop to the knees. Untuck the toes. Press back for a quick child's pose for just a moment for a breath. Now, walk yourself back up. Come to a tall kneeling position. And I want you to curl those toes under. And then shift the hips back towards the heels. We're going to stretch the feet out for just a moment. Now, you can walk those knees out wider. Again, if you need cushion under your knees, please get some. Now, we're also working on some ankle mobility. So you can gently rock side to side. That feels good to you. I know this is super intense on the feet. Many of us probably do not stretch out the feet as much as we need to. So if you need to before I call it, just lift up, wiggle those toes, and then come back whenever you need to. Continue to breathe. Please do not hold your breath. I know this is intense. And then slowly come down to your hands and knees. Bring those knees back together and roll those toes up. Now bringing those hands back in front of you again. Curl the toes. Let's press back up to downward facing dog. And breathe. Now step, hop, or jump to the front of your mat or to the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, come all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Arms back down to the side. We're going to move into some balancing now. So if you need a chair or a wall, please find yourself next to one. Find your good mountain pose. Another way you can do this is to shift your weight forward and back to the front and back of your feet until you feel yourself getting nice and centered. And then rotate those thighs out. Now let's begin to shift all of that weight onto that left foot. Again, have your hand up against the wall if you need to. And I want you to take your right ankle, and I want you to bring that right ankle above that left knee and drop that right knee out. Your right foot is flexed, protecting the ankle and the knee. Bringing the hands to the heart. Palm to palm pressing. Find a spot that is not moving either on the floor or on the wall. Take a big inhale. And then exhale. Press the hips and thighs back to a little squat. And breathe. Hello, hips. If it's available to you and you'd like to, you can place one hand on the shin, one hand on the thigh. You're not doing any pressing, you're just placing your hand down there. But you'll be amazed at how much that makes you bring your awareness to that knee so that you kind of reach that knee towards the floor some more. And breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, release. Feel the opening in that right hip now. You probably feel longer on your right side. Now let's get that left side equal to the right. So find your mountain pose and get yourself centered. And shift the weight onto that right foot. Now bring that left ankle to right above that right knee. Foot is flexed again to protect the knee and the ankle. Pressing that knee out. Hands at the heart, palm to palm pressing. Find the spot that you're going to look at again that's not moving either on the floor or on the wall. Take a big inhale. Exhale, sink in again. Press the hips and thighs back. And breathe. And you're going to notice you can go further down on one side than the other. And that's perfectly natural. We always have one side that's going to be a little tighter than the other. And in different areas, it's going to be different one side than the other. You're going to have better balance on one side. And again, if it's available, you can bring one hand to the shin, one hand to the thigh, and you'll notice just placing that there without putting any weight actually makes you become more mindful, and you will likely press that knee towards the floor more. And breathe, opening that hip just a little bit. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, release. Now you should feel nice opening in those hips. So let's step to the top of our mat again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Find a nice strong plank here. Arms, shoulders are over your wrists. Heels are pressed towards the floor. Shift up, downward facing dog. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly drop to your knees. Turn the tops of your feet to the floor, and then come up to a tall kneeling position. We're going to move into Ustrasana, camel. So if you don't need to be on your knees, you can stand in this pose. It's perfectly fine. Now, if you can't do camel, if this is uncomfortable to have the tops of your feet on the back of the mat, you can also curl the toes. But I know that since we stretch the feet, this may be really uncomfortable for some of you. So bring your hands to right behind your buttocks. Your palms are on the buttocks, so your fingertips are facing towards the floor. Roll your shoulders back, pull the elbows together. Gazes forward. Take a big inhale. Exhale, press the hips forward with the heels of your hands. Press the hips. Gently lift the chin just till it's parallel to the floor. I don't want you throwing your head back. And breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back forward. We're going to revisit this pose again. So take a big inhale. Exhale, press the hips back. If it's available to you, you can reach back with one hand or the other, reaching for your heels. Or you can keep your hands on your sacrum. Keep pressing the hips forward. Your chin is parallel to the floor. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, back to your hands and knees in tabletop position. Let's cat-cow a couple of times. Inhale, gently lift the head up, drop the belly. Exhale, tuck the chin, arch the back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back to your tabletop position. And now let's shift the hips back and bring yourself with your legs in front of you. Bring yourself all the way to the floor. Pull that flesh away from the sits bones. Find yourself sitting nice and tall with a straight spine. You can have your hands on your thighs, or you can have your hands beside your hips, either one. Your feet are nice and active, but the feet are not flexed, pulling. You don't want to pull the hamstrings really tight. So the toes are just reaching towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Inhale, reach the crown of your head to the ceiling. Exhale, keeping a straight spine, either walk your hands down the mat or run your hands down the thighs. Now, I do not want you rounding down. I want the spine to stay nice and straight. So reach your chin towards the toes instead of trying to reach your nose to the knee. We're not trying to reach the nose to the knee. We're going to lengthen the spine and stretch the hamstrings. So find your edge and then back away. And then back away a little more. Maybe you're not going down very far. That's perfectly fine. You don't want to go as far as you can, because if you've gone as far as you can, that's as far as your muscles are going to stretch. And it's kind of like a rubber band. If you keep stretching and pulling that rubber band as tight as you can, it's going to eventually pop. But if you give it a little play, if you leave a little room there, it's going to eventually stretch slowly. So make sure you back away and you're at awareness, you're not at pain. It takes anywhere from 70 to 120 seconds for the muscles to get the signal from your brain that it is okay to relax. And if you have backed away enough and are at awareness instead of at gone too far to your edge, you will feel the release when the hamstrings get the signal from the brain that it is okay to release. If you're alongside someone, they may not actually see it, but it will feel like a big release to you. And inhale, back away. Exhale, release. Bring your hands behind you, making sure you're still on your sits bones and you don't land on your sacrum and turn everything in. So you're still nice and tall, feeling the sits bones. Now your fingertips are facing your buttocks, or if you've got wrist issues, you can turn the fingertips out. We're going to move to either reverse tabletop or reverse plank. If you are going for reverse plank, you're just going to shift your hips up, keeping your heels on the mat. If you're going to go for reverse tabletop, bend your knees. Take a big inhale and exhale. Press the hips towards the ceiling. Look down the front of your body. You can drop the head back if that's available and breathe. If you need to come out of this pose before I call it, please do so. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly release and release. Now sitting nice and tall here, I want you to straighten out that left leg and then come to sit nice and tall. Now I want you to, again, pay attention. Make sure you're not sitting back on the sacrum, and that is going to make you kind of roll in. So sit nice and tall on the sits bones. You may actually have to stretch that leg out a little bit more, because a lot of times when we pull that knee in, that's when we tend to sit back on the sacrum. So make sure you're sitting nice and tall. And inhale that right arm up. And exhale that right hand behind you. I want that palm on the floor, and not on your fingertips. So if you need a block or your towel or something to put some height so you can get that palm on the floor, please do so. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, twist over to the right. You can grab that knee, or you can reach in front of you. The left foot is nice and flexed, looking over that right shoulder. And breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to the center and exhale, nice little counter twist. Inhale back to the center and exhale, straighten out that right leg. And again, sitting nice and tall, bend that left knee. Making sure, again, that you're sitting tall. You don't end up leaning back when you pull that knee back, so that you're on your sits bones. About a hand's width in between your foot and the leg, so it gives you more opening. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand behind you. Again, palm is on the floor. You're not on the fingertips. Roll the shoulders back. Take a big inhale. Exhale, you can wrap your hands around the knee. You can bring the arm in front of you. Right leg is flexed. Right foot is flexed. And breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to the center and exhale, release. And now, bringing yourself all the way down to the mat. Slowly lower yourself down, having those knees bent. I want you to walk those heels, those feet out to the edge of your mat. If you don't have a mat, bring the feet about shoulder width apart. Your hands are out to the side, palms facing up. Let's take a big inhale, keeping the feet flat on the floor. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Nice little hip twist here. Your gaze is either up at the ceiling or gently looking over your left shoulder or at your left fingertips, whatever feels better to your neck this morning. Trying to keep that right shoulder as close to the floor as possible or on the mat. Continuing to breathe, please do not hold your breath. Inhale, knees back up to the center, and exhale, reset those hips. Take a big inhale, keeping those feet flat on the floor. Exhale, drop those knees over to the left this time. Trying to keep the right shoulder to the floor. Your gaze is either up at the ceiling or gently looking over the right fingertips. Inhale those knees back up to the center, and exhale, reset those hips. Now walk those feet in just a little bit so they're almost together. And now bring those feet up to the ceiling, so the feet are facing the ceiling. Now we're going to move into happy baby. So you've got a couple of options. You can grasp behind your thigh and pull the knees down, widen the legs out and pull the knees down towards the floor. You can grasp your ankles and pull. If it's available, you can grasp the insides of your feet or the outsides of your feet or your toes. Wherever you are this morning is perfectly fine. Feeling that stretch in your groin area, and breathe. Four, three, two, and one. Let's straighten that right leg out. Keep pulling that left knee to the floor. Bringing that right leg back in. Let's straighten that left leg out, keeping pulling that right knee to the floor. And slowly bringing the right feet back in. Now release your handheld wherever you are. Grasp behind the thighs, bring the knees towards the chest. You can stay here if you like. You can also grasp around the shins. If you'd like to, you can rock side to side. Finding some stillness, bringing those feet back down to the mat. Now we're going to move into a supported bridge. You're going to need your towel again, so roll over to one side or the other and press yourself up and find your towel or your yoga mat. This time you're going to still fold it. You can have a thick fold if you want to be higher up. We're going to be into a supported bridge sort of. You can make the towel do a shorter fold and bring it up. But if you've got back issues, you may want a smaller fold, so you may want to still have the short. Now this time though, you're going to have this towel across the mat, this horizontal instead of vertical. Now when you're going to lie back on it, You want your shoulders actually on the mat. So you want your shoulders touching the mat, and so that the towel or yoga blanket is right underneath your shoulder blades. Lifting your chest and your heart up towards the ceiling, your head and shoulders are gently resting on the mat. Bringing your hands out to the side, palms facing up. Your legs are either stretched out straight, or if this is difficult for you or it pains your back, you can always bend your knees, or you can place something underneath your knees for support. Again, if this hurts your back, you may need a smaller roll. So you can always unroll a little bit and bring it underneath. But if it's not high enough, again, you can also make a shorter roll. So make a higher roll. We're going to be here for just a couple of minutes. So you want to make sure you are nice and comfortable, that this is not a painful position. It is a very big chest opener, a very big heart opener. So if you do have back issues, you may want to make sure you're on the smaller roll. Gently close your eyes and continue to breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Remembering to inhale and exhale through the nose if that's available to you. But if it's not, to purse those lips and inhale and exhale through that small little opening in your mouth. Relaxing your shoulders, softening. They should be on the mat. And now a couple of options here. Bend your knees if your knees are not already bent. You can roll over to one side or the other to get off of the roll, or you can press your hips up to the ceiling and gently pull that roll out from underneath you. Moving that towel or blanket out of the way. Gently bringing your palms down to the mat. Let yourself rest for just a moment. And then getting the soles of those feet together, gently drop the knees out to the side. You can gently place your hands on the tops of your thighs or let your hands come out, palms up, whichever feels better to you this moment in time. We're not going to be here very long, but if you'd like, you can place some support underneath the knees. Just a few breaths here. Gently placing your hands behind the thighs, slowly bring those knees back up. Now getting the feet together, arms are out to the side, palms up, nice little spinal twist. Take a big inhale. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Couple of breaths. Inhale back to the center. Reset the hips on the exhale. Inhale, keeping the feet on the floor. Exhale, knees over to the left. Inhale back to the center and exhale, release. Our final pose of the day is our final resting pose of Shavasana. So find your favorite way of practicing Shavasana. Traditionally, Shavasana is practiced lying on your back with your feet about mat width apart, arms out to the side, palms up. For many of us, that may not be comfortable. So if you need something different, please find the way you prefer to practice your Shavasana. That may be with your knees bent, or you may want to place something underneath your knees for a little support. You may want both hands on your belly, or one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Whatever is most comfortable to you, I want you to find your way there and settle in. Now, let's take a great big inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Another great big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Bringing your awareness to all the points of contact your body has with the mat, the floor, or whatever surface you're on at the moment. Settling in again, noticing that you are supported. Let those shoulders sink a little deeper into the mat. The back of the head sink deeper into the mat. Let the hips sink deeper into the floor. Bring your attention to the forehead. I want you to notice, is there any tension in the forehead? Relax that forehead, soften it. Now bring your attention to your eyes. Let those eyes soften, maybe sink. Imagine them sinking a little deeper into the eye sockets. Soften the jaw. Let it unhinge just a little bit. Releasing the tongue from the back of the throat and the roof of the mouth. Soften the belly. Squeeze the buttocks really tight. And then letting them relax. Softening the palms of the hands. Maybe the fingertips curl up just a little bit more. And softening the soles of the feet. The soles, the tops of the feet, the ankles are relaxing. The toes, the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, and the ankles are relaxing. Right and left foot completely relaxed. The shins, the calves, the thighs and the buttocks relaxing. The shins, the calves, the thighs and the buttocks relaxing. Right leg, left leg, completely relaxed. Lower back, middle back, and upper back relaxing. Abdomen, rib cage, and chest relaxing. Lower back, middle back, and upper back relaxing. Abdomen, rib cage, and chest relaxing. The entire torso completely relaxed. Shoulders, upper arms, and forearms relaxing. Wrists, palms of the hands, backs of the hands, and the fingers relaxing. Shoulders, upper arms, and forearms relaxing. Wrists, palms of the hands, backs of the hands, and the fingers relaxing. Right arm, left arm, completely relaxed. The throat, the jaw, cheekbones, behind the eyes, and the forehead relaxing. The throat, the jaw, cheekbones, behind the eyes, and the forehead relaxing. The entire head completely relaxed. Whole body relaxing. Whole body relaxing. Whole body completely relaxed. For the next couple of minutes, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anyone for anyone else. This is your time. Take this time to let go of any worries, any troubles that you may have. Imagine them just floating away like a cloud in the sky. And relax. Reward yourself. Take time to reward yourself. Let it become a deliberate and practiced habit. Many of us grew up in families or with people who didn't reward us. We weren't rewarded for good behavior. We weren't rewarded or loved unconditionally just for being, and particularly for being us. Although many of us may strive to change that behavior by rewarding the people around us, we may have neglected the importance of rewarding someone very important, ourselves. It's one thing to mentally congratulate ourselves for a job well done. It's another to take the time to actually, deliberately, and specifically reward ourselves. How many years do we have to live before it's time to treat ourselves? How much good do we have to do before it's good enough to give ourselves a gift? Maybe it's time right now, today, to begin practicing the habit of rewarding ourselves. Our souls can become tired, very weary of striving to grow, to do things well, to do our best at life, love, and work if there's no reward. Our passion can wane if good is never good enough, and if the reward and pleasure are always at bay, somewhere out in the distant future. If you find yourself beginning to resist working hard, doing well, striving for spiritual growth, maybe it's because you're neglecting to reward yourself for all you've already done. If you feel like the world offers no reward to you, maybe it's because you're not cooperating by rewarding yourself. Stop punishing and depriving yourself. Don't let others punish you for a job, a day, or a life well done. Instead, reward yourself. Take a break and do something especially nice for you. Something that would make you happy. Buy yourself something. It can be a little gift, or you can splurge. Take yourself somewhere you want to go in your hometown or in another country. Do something fun, magical, and exciting. Something that makes your heart sing and your spirit soar. Reward yourself by allowing yourself to enjoy what you give yourself or what you're doing. Make rewarding yourself an attitude. Reward yourself often when you accomplish a particular task, when you've gone through a grueling part of your healing process. Reward yourself during those frustrating times just for being so patient. Sometimes, reward yourself for just being you. Take a deep breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Bring a little movement inside your body. You can roll your wrists and ankles. On your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Give yourself a big stretch. And then bend your knees and roll over to your favorite side, right or left, whichever one you need this morning. And stretching your top leg out for balance. With your head heavy, press yourself up to a seated position. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.